Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right into today's story. Picture this. Late afternoon sunlight softly filtering through the tiny window of a humble little house. Quynh walks in, his steps tired from a long day, but there's this spark in his eyes that you don't see every day. He sits down next to Thắm, his voice shaking just a little as he tells her the big news. Tomorrow, the company is letting me sign a contract with a partner. It's huge. You can see the mix of excitement and fear on his face, like a dark cloud hanging over that fresh hope. I'm really worried I'll mess it up, he admits quietly. What if I say the wrong thing, sign the wrong papers, or people look at me and think I'm not good enough? Deep down, Quynh still sees himself as that same construction worker from before. Everything still feels brand new and scary. Thắm looks at him with those warm, gentle eyes. She takes his hand and speaks softly, like she's trying to chase away all his doubts. Nobody is perfect from the start. They gave you this job because they trust you. If you make a mistake, you just try again. Everyone gets nervous. Quynh smiles a little, surprised. You sound like the boss, he says. Thắm laughs gently. I'm just telling the truth. Remember when you never thought you'd even sit in a meeting with the director? Now look at you. You're going to do even bigger things. In that quiet moment, Quynh feels his heart open up. Why do you always believe in me like this? He asks. Thắm replies, because I know you're a good person. Hard-working people like you eventually succeed. I'm just scared you'll suffer too much. Quynh pulls her closer. I feel safe when I'm with you. I promise I'll try my best and give you a better life. Right now, you don't need riches. Just being together is enough. I'll never leave you. We'll be happy like this forever, okay? Thắm nods, her smile full of love and quiet hope. For a brief moment, the small house feels warm and full of possibility, even though life is still so hard. But while happiness blooms in that little home, something darker is stirring somewhere else. The scene cuts sharply to a dim, stuffy corner where whispered voices plot in the shadows. Mrs. Huang sits there, her face twisted with burning jealousy and envy. In her eyes, Thắm is just a gentle, struggling girl, the perfect tool to use. Thắm is so gullible, she thinks, with a cold smile. He'll fall right into Thắm and Quynn's trap. The plan is laid out without mercy. Let Thắm visit more often, plant little seeds of doubt in Quynn's mind. After all, poor men have big egos. One small suspicion and everything can collapse. Mrs. Huang's fists tighten. A fierce wave of jealousy rushes through her. She can't stand the thought of Thắm living peacefully with Quynh. My daughter deserves a much better life, she tells herself. Bitterness filling every word. Everything she does is for her daughter, even if it takes time for her to understand. She refuses to let them stay happy for long. I have to go up there and check on them. I can't allow them to live in peace much longer. That thought burns like fire in her chest, pushing her toward cruel action. The scheming continues. They talk about how a kind, struggling woman like Thắm easily touches a man's heart. They need to investigate exactly how Quynh and Thắm live, so they can strike at the right moment. Every time Mrs. Huang pictures Thắm with Quynh, It feels like a knife twisting in her soul. She won't sit still anymore. She will go there. She will interfere, and she will destroy their fragile peace. Her face darkens with blind envy, turning her into a dark shadow, hanging over two young people just trying to build something better. Past pain and present greed mixed together, driving Mrs. Huang down a path she can't turn back from. Jealousy has completely blinded her to reason and even blood ties. The small room feels heavier with every dark word. Each sentence carries the heavy breath of betrayal and selfish plans. Mrs. Huang finally stands up, her eyes cold and determined, ready to do whatever it takes to feed the jealousy eating her alive. This isn't just meddling, it's a silent war declared against the small, fragile happiness of Thắm and Quynh. Back at the house the next morning, soft light creeps through the cracks. Quynh stands in front of the mirror, fingers shaking as he buttons up his formal shirt. Today is the big day. His heart is racing. "I look so different today," he tells Thắm, clearly nervous. "You look like a real office worker," she says, with an encouraging smile. But Quynh shakes his head. "I'm still so embarrassed. I'm new at the company. I barely know anything. Last night, I couldn't sleep at all thinking about what could go wrong." Thắm sits beside him, her warm hand gently on his shoulder. She keeps encouraging him softly. Quynh sighs deeply. "I still feel like I'm not good enough, like I'm just that construction guy." The pressure sits on his chest like a heavy stone. He's scared of saying the wrong thing, signing the wrong paper, letting everyone down. Thắm looks at him with complete trust and love. "They gave you this chance because they believe in you. You've already come so far from where you started." Just then, a soft knock comes at the door. Uncle, Auntie walks in, carrying a warm package of rice. "Thắm, are you home?" The voice is full of care. Thắm lights up with surprise and joy, inviting them to sit. "I brought some rice for you too," Uncle Auntie says, eyes full of concern as they look at Thắm. "You're still weak. You need to eat and drink properly." Thắm is touched, her voice shaky with gratitude. "Thank you so much. You always think of me." The house feels warmer now, even with Quynh's nerves still buzzing. He finishes changing and gets ready to leave, but the anxiety still follows him. Uncle Auntie watches Thắm with deep pity for the young couple fighting through hardship. Between the big day ahead and this genuine family care, the daily worries ease just a little. Yet the pressure quietly walks out the door, with Quynh on every single step. Inside the peaceful little house, sunlight gently streams through the doorway. Uncle Auntie sits across from Thắm, eyes full of tender love and worry. Their warm voice carries the deep affection of family. "Quynh keeps talking about you all the time, Thắm." They ask where Quynh went, and Thắm gently explains he's gone to sign the contract with the partner. Uncle Auntie's eyes widen with pleasant surprise and pride. "Back then, my child was just a construction worker, covered in cement every day. Now the company trusts him with such a big responsibility." Uncle Auntie sighs, speaking slowly as if remembering a long journey. "He has the ability, he's just not confident enough. Since he was young, He's always worked harder than others, but still felt inferior. Old hopes come flooding back, just wanting Quynh to have a stable job, no drinking, no wild parties, just an honest life. Seeing him try so hard now fills Uncle Auntie with quiet joy, even knowing the hidden pressure he carries. Many days he suffers in silence and doesn't dare say anything. They share, voice heavy with emotion. Men often hide their pain. Uncle Auntie looks at Thắm carefully and gives heartfelt advice. You two must rely on each other. That's how you stay together for a long time. Thắm nods, her eyes showing quiet determination. Uncle Auntie smiles softly, feeling relieved to see the young couple finding happiness amid so many difficulties. In that moment, warmth spreads through the room, pushing away some of life's worries. They feel comforted seeing Thắm looking healthier, her face regaining color. The sincere family bond makes the small space feel bigger, holding a fragile hope for a brighter future. Even though challenges remain, this peaceful moment shines like a small light in the darkness, giving them strength to keep moving forward. Uncle Auntie stands up slowly, the warmth still lingering in their voice as they give one last gentle reminder. I should head home now, Thắm. Remember to eat well and don't do any heavy work, okay? Thắm nods with gratitude, mixed with reluctance. Yes, I understand. Please go home safely. Those farewell words feel like a cool stream on a tiring day, carrying real care for Tham's fragile health. But the peaceful moment shatters the instant Uncle Auntie steps out the door. A familiar figure appears right outside. Mrs. Huang stands there, her face darkening with uncontrollable rage. It's her again, she thinks bitterly, the fire of jealousy and resentment exploding inside her chest. Every time that woman shows up, everything gets ruined and she loses face in front of everyone. Fury surges through her. She clenches her fists, eyes sharp as knives. Today, I'm going to teach her a lesson. How dare she make me lose face like this? Uncle Auntie says one final goodbye and leaves. Thắm stands at the door waving, completely unaware of the storm rushing toward her. Mrs. Huang steps back into the shadows, her mind swirling with dark calculations. It's all because of her. Don't blame me, she tells herself, her inner voice ice-cold and full of hatred. Jealousy has turned into a destructive force, pushing her forward with no way to stop. She cannot stand seeing Thắm and Quynh living peacefully together. Every heartbeat now pounds with blind envy, like a deep crack swallowing her reason whole. The small house suddenly feels heavy and tense. Invisible pressure covers everything, signaling a painful turning point is about to happen. Mrs. Huang stands there, lonely but dangerously determined, ready to tear apart the fragile happiness she believes doesn't belong to them. In that split second, between the warm goodbye and the boiling anger, the clash between love and hatred becomes crystal clear, like two powerful rivers crashing violently inside a person's soul. Meanwhile, across town, in a spacious but cold partner's office, Quynh walks in, with heavy steps, his heart pounding like war drums. He sits down, voice trembling slightly as he introduces himself. I'm from Heartfelt Company, here to sign the contract, sir. The representative looks at him calmly and offers, please have some water. Quynh holds the glass, his hand shaking a little, fighting hard to control his rising anxiety. I've only been at the company a short time, yet they already assigned me this big task. I'm really surprised, and I was nervous all morning, he confesses, full of self-doubt. The representative smiles gently and reassures him. It's normal to feel that way the first time. Quynh hands over the files and explains the project progress clearly and honestly. He opens up about his journey from a simple construction worker moving from site to site, later studying engineering and working extremely hard to reach this point. I have to try my best every day. There are still so many things I worry about, he says, his eyes showing raw sincerity and the heavy pressure he carries. In that moment, Quynh feels the sharp contrast between his difficult past and this fragile present. He fears he isn't worthy, fears one small mistake could destroy everything he's built. The representative listens carefully, nodding at Quynh's straightforward style. Quynh sits there, sweat forming on his forehead, his chest tight with the silent question, am I really the right person for this? Tham's image flashes in his mind like his only source of strength, reminding him exactly why he must keep going. The pressure of work mixes with missing home, creating a fierce storm inside him. Quynh takes a deep breath, trying to stay calm while waiting for the decision. That tense moment feels endless, hope and fear tangled together, pushing him toward unexpected personal growth in this unfamiliar corporate world. The office air grows even thicker with tension as the representative picks up the files and flips through each page with serious eyes. Quynh's heart beats so loudly he can hear every single beat. Sweat dots his forehead, even though he tries to stay composed. Can you guarantee the progress on your side? The representative asks. Quynh answers right away, voice sincere and direct. We've already planned everything. If the materials arrive on time, there won't be any problems with the schedule. The representative nods, a small smile appearing on his face. I like this straightforward way of talking. Those words feel like a ray of light breaking through Quynh's sea of anxiety, letting him breathe a little easier. He shares more about coming from the construction site and his long journey of learning and relentless effort. Deep inside, self-doubt still lingers. Was he truly the right person? Would the love he has for Tham be strong enough to overcome every challenge? Tham's gentle, steady image appears again in his mind, like a warm flame shining through the storm of his inner turmoil. The representative finishes checking, closes the files, and says, "The contract looks fine. Let's sign it." Quynh picks up the pen, his hand still trembling slightly, but his eyes are brighter now. He signs his name, the paper witnessing his first real success. "Congratulations, the contract is complete," the representative says. Quynh smiles, his heart overflowing with mixed emotions, relief, pride, and a deep longing to go home to Tham. Finally, it's done, he thinks, feeling like he just dropped a massive stone that had been crushing his chest for so long. He stands up, thanks the representative sincerely, and walks out of the office with lighter steps. Yet his mind is still full of thoughts. This small victory isn't just about a contract. It's proof of all his hard work and the love he holds for Thắm. Even though the future still has many difficulties ahead, this moment feels like an important turning point. It lights up hope that he really can build a better life for the person he loves. The heavy pressure slowly fades, replaced by growing confidence as he leaves the cold office behind and heads home with anticipation in his heart. But as Quynh walks away feeling proud, the camera cuts back to the small house. Mrs. Huang is moving closer to Thắm with clear, dangerous intent. The music drops low and heavy. The screen gradually darkens, filled only with the sound of her approaching footsteps. What will happen next when Mrs. Huang, driven by jealousy and envy, confronts Thắm? Will Quynh return in time? The peaceful happiness they just shared is hanging by a thread, and the storm is already at the door. Hey guys, if you're feeling the tension right now, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next episode is going to be even more intense. Drop a comment and tell me, do you think Mrs. Huang will succeed in breaking them apart? I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, and thank you for watching.